Most accidents happen within our own four walls. This is true not only for us humans, but also for our furry friends. Unfortunately, it happens time and time again that a cat's life is endangered by their owner's carelessness. But most things are absolutely avoidable. In this video, you will learn which dangers lurk for your cat at home and which ones you should eliminate before leaving home, especially if there is no one to help your cat in an emergency situation. 1. Sloping windows. Especially in summer, many people tend to leave the windows permanently open to come home to a freshly ventilated apartment. But what makes us humans feel better can be deadly for our cats. Many cat owners don't even think about the danger a tilted window poses to their furry friend and so carelessly leave it open every day. But since our little velvet paws are particularly curious creatures, it happens faster than you think. A bird catches our cat's eye and they try to find a way out to chase the feathered animal. In doing so, their hunting instinct takes over and they don't even consider the fact that the window opening is too narrow. Cats can make themselves very thin, but usually the gap between the window and the frame is too small, so that only the cat's head or belly fits through, but the rest of the body doesn't. Cats can then panic and lose their grip and slide further and further down until they finally get stuck. While trying to get out of the situation, serious injuries can occur, such as contusions to body parts or even organs, which in the worst case can lead to death, especially if no one is around to help your cat out of the predicament. So keep the window closed or place a suitable protection so that your cat cannot get between the window and the frame. 2. Plastic bags. This poses a serious choking hazard. Cats love to play with plastic bags or hide in them, but they don't realize they're putting themselves in danger. If your cat gets trapped in a plastic bag and can't find the way out on their own, they can suffocate in a very short time because they can no longer breathe under the bag. The danger is even greater with plastic bags with handles, as your cat can become entangled in them and will find it even more difficult to get out. To protect your cat, avoid leaving plastic bags lying around the house. Instead, create safe hiding places for your cat, such as a simple but safe cardboard box or a cozy cave, which you can buy in a variety of designs. 3. Leftover cooked bones. Cats often can't contain themselves and want some of our tasty food. They don't even stop at leftover bones. But unlike dogs, cats don't eat the bones, they just chew on them. In the search for a bit of meat still hanging on the bones, it can unfortunately happen that particularly small or thin bones are swallowed whole or broken. Chicken bones are especially dangerous. Bone fragments can get caught in the cat's esophagus or throat and cause serious injury. If the bone gets through, it can penetrate the mucous membranes of the stomach or intestines and cause injuries there as well, which can be recognized by the presence of blood in the cat's feces. Since a cooked bone can splinter very quickly, it becomes extremely sharp. This is extremely dangerous, especially when it gets stuck in the esophagus, and often quickly becomes a life-threatening condition, as it can cause cramping and breathing difficulties, or even suffocation. Therefore, do not place dishes with bone debris on the kitchen shelf before you leave, but throw them away immediately. 4. Open toilet. While most cats hate water, there are some that love to splash around in it. However, some simply mistake the toilet for a drinking fountain, so they end up in it faster than you can look. Especially if you have small kittens at home, there is a great danger that they may not be able to hold on to the toilet rim properly and fall in. Once they have landed in the toilet, they can no longer find their way out and thus cruelly drown in the toilet pipe. A horrible thought for any cat owner, but one that can be very easily avoided by closing the toilet lid after every visit to the restroom. In particular when leaving the house, it's best to double-check that the lid is down. Number 5. Poisonous things. The list of poisonous things for our pets is long. But we should all know them at least broadly and never leave our cat alone with potentially poisonous objects. First of all, there are indoor plants, very interesting for every curious cat, so they like to nibble on them. Unfortunately, Indoor cats can't tell which plants are edible and which are poisonous. Therefore, avoid poisonous houseplants in your home altogether or lock them away in a room every time you leave the house and your cat is not under observation. Poisonous plants include ivy, lilies, lily of the valley, but also the ever-popular poinsettia. If you don't want to do without greenery in your home, the best thing to do is to put in catnip, which will make your furry friend very happy, or to find out which plants are safe for your kitty in case they nibble on them. But there are other things that are also very toxic for our cats, such as chocolate, which you should never leave lying around. Cleaning products, detergents, and medicines should also not fall into cats' paws and should be kept in a locked cupboard at all times so there is no danger of your cat swallowing them, which can lead to poisoning and, in the worst case, death. 6. Fragile decorations and small pieces. In a moment of distraction, your cat can throw your favorite vase to the floor. The resulting fragments can pose a significant risk of injury to your cat, because they can cause deep cuts that, in the worst case, can lead to serious blood loss. Thus, it's best to put fragile things, such as vases or glasses, in a safe place where your cat cannot reach them. Small items that can be swallowed are also a considerable danger to cats, so you should never leave them lying around. As soon as you leave the house, keep all small pieces, such as Lego bricks, paper clips, yarn, and so on, in a safe place. Once ingested, they can cause choking or even intestinal obstruction, which, if left untreated, often leads to death. 7. Unsafe balcony. Not only do sloping windows pose a serious danger to our cats, but so does an unprotected balcony. Most cat owners have only good intentions for their kitty and want to allow them to enjoy the fresh air on the balcony. As long as the balcony is sufficiently secured, the balcony door can be left open without any problems, even if you are not at home. However, if your balcony doesn't have a cat-safe net or mesh, the balcony should be off-limits to your cat when you are not there. Because there is so much for our furry noses to discover outdoors that even a leaf flying by can be enough to distract a cat so much that they get careless and end up falling over the balustrade. But even if your cat is startled, for example by the sound of a passing car, they can quickly lose their balance and fall. Depending on the floor you live on, your cat could suffer serious injuries, from contusions to broken bones or internal bleeding, which could be fatal. It's best to fully secure your balcony with a cat net, so your cat can enjoy the beautiful views and satisfy their curiosity about the outside world even in your absence. By the way, kidney problems in cats are no less dangerous and, unfortunately, not uncommon. If you want to know what are the 6 signs that will help you recognize that your cat could soon suffer from kidney failure, click on the image on the left to watch our corresponding video.